So you are Mohamed Ramadan from Schooley Mitchell, and you're here to talk about a CuyEast savings program for our members to really save our members some money. Tell me a little bit about Schooley Mitchell. What is that?
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Schooley Mitchell is a cost optimization consultancy. We're the largest cost reduction consultancy in North America. We have offices throughout the United States and Canada. And what we do is we partner with companies, businesses of all different sizes, in order to optimize their operating expenses.
Okay.
So these are everything below the gross profit line on their P&L.
Okay.
Things that are essential for a business to run,
Yep.
but maybe they're not top of mind all the time.
Okay. Yeah. And what's interesting about that is business owners, we're not always looking at our expenses as closely as because we're day to day. We're trying to just get it done. Yeah. So you come in and just sort of help identify some cost saving programs. And you do that through what, an audit, or how's that done?
So our partnership is very simple. We partner with the businesses. We look at their expenses. We audit them for free. Basically, what we do is we look at your historic spend in these cost categories, and we make sure that you're getting the right rate from these companies.
Okay.
There's no billing errors, and you're actually paying for the services you actually need, not the services that were bundled for you at some point of time.
How many people do you have analyzing that?
We have about 180 cost reduction analysts.
Okay.
These are the people that are really scrutinizing the invoices, making sure they're negotiating on your behalf. So that's quite the scale. It allows us to really leave no stone unturned.
That's a lot of resources at your fingertips.
And even though the resources are vast and significant, we really try to make the engagement as seamless as possible. So you'll have a single source of contact. You will have somebody that I am here. I'm part of the community. We've been here in the community, so we will be dealing together, and we'll manage the complexity, whether it's with the vendors or with our own company.
Okay, and is this a fee service, or how do you get compensated for? It's not volunteer, right?
No, it's not.
All right. Oh, I was going to have you in next week. Go ahead. But go ahead. How do you get compensated for that service?
We will do the audit entirely for free, and we only get paid as a percentage of the savings we realize.
Okay.
Meaning, this is a completely risk-free, engagement for the businesses. It's a contingency-based model. What we like to call it, is a fee for success.
What does a chamber member get that they could not get outside of being a member of a chamber? What's the member benefit?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. Member chambers are going to get an exclusive rate, which is an additional 5% on the services we audit.
Oh, that's a good offer.
Yes, it is. It wasn't easy to get there. It was real discussions with the chamber. They take this as serious as we do, if not more. They're really watching out for the members, and they wanted to make sure that the process made sense, that the finances made sense, and really the services were credible. And we're happy to reach this agreement, and we're happy to offer this service to fellow members.
So what are some of the, you said any size company.
Yes.
Is there a specific target? Is it mid-market companies? What size fits best for these benefits?
The beauty of services like these is what they offer to businesses of all sizes. Okay. And let me elaborate a little bit. If you think about the small company, the mom and pop shop, that they're really busy, hustling every day to grow their business, they may or may not be negotiating for the good rates. Small savings there can be very meaningful for them, so we really like to make that impact in our communities. But if you grow in size a little bit, now you're in the mid-size market companies. These are the companies that are large enough to be complex, to have enough spend, but also don't have dedicated people that are looking into those cost categories. And we partner with large companies as well. We do contracts with big companies with dedicated procurement and supply chain teams, and we like those engagements because the savings scale, but also we partner with their existing teams. Our role is not to replace the teams that are already working on something, but we really augment whatever they are doing.
Okay. And who would you work with directly? So like a small company like mine, is it the business owner? Are we sharing all of our, expenses? How do you kind of engage with the company?
The engagement is fairly simple. All we need is a 30-minute conversation with whomever owns that decision. If it's the business owner, great. If it's the purchasing manager, that's great.
CFO, controller, whomever. Okay.
Whomever owns that relationship. In those 30 minutes, we just ask for historic bills. So previously paid invoices, that gives us a baseline for our analysis to happen. So a 30-minute engagement to onboard a client, and then maybe down the road another 30-minute or an hour when we are presenting our findings and recommendations.
Are there any specific industries that you looked at where you're finding the most savings for companies?
Yeah.
Is it fuel? Is it packaging supplies? Where are you finding the most savings?
Credit card processing and electronic payment processing in general, software, shipping, you name it. A new program we have deals with payroll taxes, and we're able to reduce those for U.S.-based businesses by a significant amount per employee. So depending on industry, different cost categories are more meaningful.
Okay.
If you have more back-end operations and a lot of shipping and a lot of both inbound and outbound shipping, whether it's small package or less than a truckload, then we can help there.
And how long is the process? So you have this initial conversation with whomever the decision maker is or handles that. From the time you in that to the time you're able to identify these savings, how long? What's the period of time?
It depends. Typically, it's a couple of months for us to do the analysis. Our analysis doesn't take long. What takes long is the response time we get from the vendors, existing vendors, as well as the new vendors that we might be able to recommend.
Okay.
That response time sometimes take a while.
Okay.
But it's a couple of months we are able to finish our analysis and provide you with recommendations.
Okay. Good. And then you don't take it that next step, which is you notify the vendors, you're out, you're in.
No.
You provide the analysis for them,
the
right?
business owner, the business is completely in the driver's seat. We provide the recommendations, and nothing changes without the explicit instruction of the business.
Okay. Without giving specific numbers, because you have a lot of clients, small and large, give an example of the percentage of savings that a typical customer may realize from your service?
Excellent question. We, on average, we save our clients anywhere between 28 to 35% of their operating expenses.
Wow.
Now, that fluctuates depending on the cost category. Waste, for example, our average there is close to 70%. But on average, the business will save 28 to 35%.
Okay.
And if you aggregate all of that, that could account for 20% of the entire business expenses.
Yeah, even for a small business, I mean, that's significant. Even if it was 20%, as you said, I mean, it's a tighter budget usually with a smaller business as well, too. That's significant.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
It adds up. I mean, we have a lot of success stories, and we've seen businesses do a lot of good, both for themselves and for their communities, because they have this extra cash.
Okay.
And that's significant.
If someone wants to engage with you and get that 30-minute conversation and really start getting into the brass tacks of it, how do they do that?
You can directly reach out to your chamber representative or your best friend at the chamber.
Okay.
Or on the website, CuyahogaEastChamber.org/reduce expenses. That link will take you directly to a form in which you put in your information, and then we'll reach back to you.
Okay. It's that simple. So
it's very simple.
All right, good.
Yes.
I think this is going to be a really nice benefit for members. We get so busy running our companies that we don't see that savings anymore, or don't realize it's there, and we get caught up in just paying our bills and going about. So you're going to take that time away from us to be able to go back and save us money.
We are really excited about this. I think we will be able to do some really good things in our communities. And if you think about it, every time you go and negotiate with a vendor, businesses are negotiating against themselves.
Right.
You are only negotiating against your historic spend. You don't know what your friend next door or your neighbor next door is paying. We do. Based on our extensive database of all of these 40,000 contracts that we've executed, we know what businesses should be paying, and the other companies know that we do. So when we call, they take us a little more seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So. And our goal is simple, really, in doing this doing this work. We want businesses, especially fellow members, fellow chamber members, to focus on growing the business. We want them to secure additional clients, get more customers, get more contracts, focus on the core, and allow allow us to take the business expenses off their hands. We know it better. We have the resources, we have the dedication, and they have nothing to lose by allowing us to take a look.
Hey, even a 20% reduction in expenses, that's worth the call. Mohamed, thank you very much. Looking forward to the partnership with the Chamber, and let's see how much money we can save, all right?
Of course. Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to get to know and work with the Chamber, and I look forward for a fruitful partnership.
All right. Terrific.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to the CuyEast Chamber sponsors who help make everything we do possible. Find more ways to grow at CuyEast.org.